Hi, and welcome back to the Good Enough Mompreneur podcast. I am your host, Angela. If you're new here, I am a certified confidence coach and a Reiki 2 practitioner, and I love helping moms start and grow businesses on their own terms. And today we're going to be diving into a timely topic, which is how to discern whether a coach or a new course or some type of new product or tool is the right thing for you at the time when you're considering it. And why is it so important right now is because as we approach the holiday season and we reflect on where we want to go in the new year, and it's been Black Friday and you're seeing this on Cyber Monday, we're seeing an influx of offers and courses, coaching packages, and bundles and more. And so with so many options, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or to make decisions in the moment without considering whether it's truly a right fit for you. And one thing that any seasoned entrepreneur is going to tell you need to develop is making a decision that's right for you when you feel a full body yes. And if it's not a full body yes, and you're just chasing like the next tool that you think is going to give you the expansion that you need, you're definitely going to want to listen to this episode or watch this episode if you're watching on YouTube. So today I'm going to share some practical tips that are going to help you invest wisely and talk about my own Black Friday bundle at the end of the episode that's designed to set you up for some real success in 2025. So why is the holiday season the prime time for offers? November and December are peak times for offers because businesses know we're reflecting on our goals. But we as business owners are also trying to close any gaps for any goals that we want to make as well. And it's also when our emotions are heightened and you're going to want to feel the urge to take action. I've seen so many countdown timers because often we don't take action unless we have a pain point or there's a sense of urgency. And that kind of invites us to act impulsively, which is not always in our best interest. So that is why the holiday season is really the prime time for seeing so many offers. So before you go click buy, pause and reflect, even if it's for one of my own offers. Does this align with where I want to go in the next year? Ask yourself that before you're hitting the buy button. And does it fill a gap in my current skills or my knowledge? And I also want to encourage you, if you do press the buy button, keep track every year. This is something that I really need to get better at myself, is all the little programs and freebies and the things that I sign on to and engage in throughout the year. I lose track of that. And so I find myself looking in email and I remember I did this thing and signed up for this, but I don't remember where I put it and stored it. So definitely put all of the things in one place that you're either considering or you actually sign up for throughout the year. So what are some key questions that you can ask yourself if something is right for you? And does this align with your values? And if you're not really sure what your values are in your business or in your life, definitely take some time to pause and ask yourself that and create some space for quiet to get clear on what the values, who you want to be, who you want to show up for as a parent to your clients, to your customers, as the leader of your business and your team, if you have one. Definitely do that. And also, what is that person's track record? And this is, sometimes there are some incredibly new entrepreneurs or coaches or course creators that are really talented. So I don't want you to discount those who may not have thousands of reviews, But what are people saying about this person and what is their track record is something definitely important to consider. Look at any testimonials they have. But really, how do you feel energetically when you interact with, a potential coach's content? And then 3, do they meet you where you are? And what do I mean by that? A good coach understands your unique needs and creates a personalized plan. A one-size plan absolutely does not fit all. And one of the reasons I became a coach and started mentoring mom entrepreneurs and started creating courses, because so many courses and coaches and plans and things that have worked for others didn't work for me. And why was that? Was because I wasn't really clear on who I was and really showing up authentically. So one of the things that I work with my clients on is how to do that, reconnecting with themselves. And Reiki is a really wonderful tool to do that. But you really want to be careful of any coach who says, this is the exact plan you need to take, and if you do A, B, and C, it will work for you. Because we're all individuals. And something might feel intuitive and instinctive to one person, but completely not work with who you are, your energy level, your nervous system capacity, the schedule of your family. You can't just be on a grind when you have a family. That's another reason why I love really coaching mom entrepreneurs, is because I've had women come to me and say, look, I had a coach who told me I couldn't really be serious about my business until I hired a nanny. And I really don't think that that is something that you need to do in order to be serious about your business. You can start and grow a thriving business in the margins of your life. And through learning how to do that, that can absolutely make you a better person and a better parent. So I'll get off my soapbox here. But, and then the last question I really want you to ask yourself is if you are ready to commit. And then I will add one more. What outcome do you want to achieve? Because you can't sign up or take a course or do anything if you don't know where you're going. Like, you wouldn't just get in your car and drive around the neighborhood and hope your car would take you where you want to go if you don't know where you want to go, right? So getting really clear on what is it that I want to achieve. And I think that really, ties in with all of these questions. 1, does this individual or course or product align with your values? What's the track record of the person who's making the offer? Do they meet you where you're at? Are they expecting you to be somebody you're not? Or is their plan expecting you to be somebody you're not, because you're not going to change your natural energetic individual personality? And then, are you ready to commit? Have you decided that this is the certain outcome that you want to get from this coach or this course? So, evaluating coaches and programs and courses, what are some red flags? I mentioned one, but be cautious of overly flashy promises or programs that feel too good to be true. That's so common. I just, I don't want to judge. It works for some people, but I am not the person who is going to show up in high heels and have an event where everybody is drinking Prosecco. That's just not me. So, is that person showing up as the person you want to be or you think you want to be? And does it feel vague or overly broad? Does the offer seem transparent? Does the process and the outcome seem transparent? And do you think that it will deliver what you need? So also getting really centered with what you need is super important. So those are really big red flags. And what can you look for? Look for clear outcomes. Look for targeted content. Is it solving a specific problem that you're facing? And also look for quality and structure. Are there tangible resources like workbooks, templates, and checklists? Those type of things are a really good indicator of something that has a solid framework that you can at least get a high level view of. In my own coaching program, I have a session by session outline of exactly what we cover. It can also be adjusted according to a person's needs, but at the outside, I have a real good framework of the way we get from A to Z. So now I just want to talk about my own Black Friday bundle. It is a collection of materials that I have created over 3 years. It is over 100 pages of materials that I call the Ultimate Mompreneur Success Bundle. And so let me talk a few minutes about what you'll get. You'll get guides like my 5 steps to land your first podcast guest spot without a PR team. You'll get the Aligned Mompreneur workbook, which comes with a task and energy audit. And honestly, I do this myself about every 3 months, about once a quarter. I'm going to be doing it again soon because even when your children grow out of naps and play times and things like that, their schedule, their interests, things are constantly changing. So it's so important to assess what is it that I need to accomplish and what are their schedule. And so the two are not competing. And then also you're going to get my Clarity and Focus collection. I love this collection because one, at the start of every new year, I print out a calendar, and I love the suggestion of one of our guests this season, Chelsea from the Rainmaker Family Podcast. She has this really great strategy where she and her husband sit down and plan the entire year. What are the celebrations? What are the holidays? What are all of the things that they do together as a family first? They schedule their vacations and all of those things. And then they figure out the things they want to attend, the launches they have, and everything around that. So then you're not feeling this competition between, oh, I want to grow my business, but I have these family commitments, and everything is thought out ahead of time. And you're not reacting. You're not having that guilt set in when you can't attend a function, but you have this business commitment. So I think that that's really helpful. And it also helps you begin to think about what you want to focus on in your personal life and business for 2025. And you can print them out and use them as many times as you would like. And then also there is this really great checklist in there, and then some other things that are going to help you really stay focused in 2025. Hi there, it's future Angela here. I realized after I recorded the first part of this episode, I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into what is actually included in the Ultimate Mompreneur Success Bundle. And so I think there are 13 or 14 guides, I don't have them numbered, over the 100 plus pages of resources that you receive. And I thought there were a few others that I should definitely mention. And one of them, connected with podcasting, is a list of the 8 exact tools that I use to start and grow my podcast to be in the top 5 of mompreneur podcasts worldwide, as rated by FeedSpot, and manage a podcast on your own, from the tech to the promotion and all of those things. And I think people think you have to have a PR team, you have to have a social media person, you have to have a producer. And so those things aren't necessary if you are willing to take the time to learn some of the tools that you have to know to be able to launch and grow a podcast. And while you certainly could launch a podcast with all of those things, I love to empower, especially mom entrepreneurs, with the knowledge and the support, the emotional support that they need to start and do it themselves. Because if we can do some things on our own until we grow a project to be bigger where it can support a team, that is awesome. And so I don't want it to hold you back that you don't have a team at this point to help you launch and grow a podcast. So I created a list of the exact 8 tools that I use to be able to do it all on your own within probably a few hours a week. And then also, that is the inspiration for a course that's coming your way in 2025, because I've had mompreneurs reach out multiple times and ask, how did you do? And actually, some guests will even ask, how did you start the podcast and things like that. So as I hear people needing something, I like to fill that gap. So that is something coming your way, as well as a course on how to be your own PR for landing podcast guest spots, because I've seen so many podcast guest requests and I've been a podcast guest myself. How to maximize that experience and to do that successfully. It's such a powerful way to gain visibility and create a network that is really just invaluable for growing your business. So that's another course coming your way too in 2025. So what are some of the other resources in the Ultimate Mompreneur Success Bundle? They are the 5 Keys to Confidence mini course workbook, which has lots of journal prompts and resources if you're like me or all the other women I know suffer from self-doubt at times or suffer from imposter syndrome. It's a really great resource to help you get clear on why you're telling yourself the story you are about your confidence or your imposter syndrome, and to learn how to begin to move past that. There's a list of 10 mistakes to avoid as a mompreneur, and especially if you're new and starting your business, it's a great place to start in avoiding a lot of pitfalls that a lot of other mompreneurs made, including myself, like not creating boundaries and how to do that. And so I also have 10 tips to achieve unprecedented success. There is a codependency and self-worth and receiving affirmation cards that you can print out and just have with you when you're really needing a mindset shift around those topics. Those have been really helpful to mompreneurs. And a list of 20 confidence myths versus facts that really helps you address some of the common confidence myths that we often tell ourselves and how to begin to rewrite that story. There is a 2023 podcast episode guide, which puts several podcast episodes in certain categories. So it could be helpful for someone, especially if you're just starting out. Find groups of resources that we've had on the podcast in the past. Then there is the Ultimate Mompreneur Roadmap to launching a successful business or side hustle. And so if you're just getting started or you're kind of new to being a mompreneur, that can help you begin or look back and go, oh, did I do this right? Did I set up this the right way? And how you approach things. So that's a great resource. Then there's the Summer Sanity Workbook that came along with a workshop that I did this summer that can help you at any time, like winter break, spring break, when you have more parenting responsibilities and less time to kind of focus on your business and help you juggle that. And then included is a time and task audit, which I believe I mentioned earlier, which is so super helpful. And I use myself quarterly to make sure I'm using my time and energy wisely. So I will leave a link to that information in the show notes. Be sure to check it out. And I just want to leave you with a few final thoughts in that the biggest game changer that comes along in your business is when you start investing in yourself, even in the smallest ways. And it's so powerful for your growth that we can't lose sight that it's equally important to be discerning, to make sure that any investment aligns with your goals, your values, and your needs. So the right coach or course should feel like a partner in your success, not just another thing to check off of your list. That's so important. I wish I would have heard that sooner. So if you're looking for practical, high-value resources to help you start that new year strong, check out my bundle in the show notes. It's designed for mompreneurs like you. I definitely had you in mind when I created them. So thanks for tuning in to the Good Enough Mompreneur podcast. Let's make 2025 your best year yet. And if you found this episode helpful and you would like to help the channel out, it would be wonderful if you would subscribe. We have so many great episodes coming up. Not only in 2024, we're already recorded through June of 2025. So I know what's on the horizon. You're not going to want to miss those episodes. You can connect with me over at mombusinesscoach.com. You can see all my social links there. And if you would like to apply to work with me, there are multiple options to do that. We just totally redid our website. And so if you find it helpful or you have any questions, please reach out and let me know. I always love to hear from listeners like you. So thanks again for tuning in, and I can't wait to catch you on the next episode.